live camera then. Good? Okay.
I don't know if this sounds clear to you. I hope it does, because what I'm going to tell you is very personal, but uh, truthful. Uh, I've been holding this for about 13 years. You can imagine something that happened in my life. There's so many different experiences that we all go through. I'm sure everybody has been through certain things that changed your life for the better. Uh, but this Sunday, when Pastor, uh, dear friend of mine, for many years, asked me to come up like for a prop because the presentation was about uh, coming to God, going a step further to Jesus Christ, and I played that role. So I was like, okay, I guess that's the trigger. That's the message. It's time to deliver. The next person that that was with me represented the Holy Spirit. Uh, and after that service to right now, to be honest with you, I haven't stopped thinking about it. Every moment I keep thinking uh, there's a physical and there's a spiritual. So uh, I'm going to try and do my best not to add like an opinion or something that might alter the effect. So I'm sitting on a chair because it happened to me when I was driving. Uh, I was at that time 13 years ago. I don't recall the exact date, close to April. I know it was April, but close to April 11th in 2012. So that's 13 years ago. Um, I was teaching a class. I like, you know, natural history, the history of the rocks. Uh, that's my profession also. So I was going to teach a class in geology at the college, South Campus. I believe they call it now Laredo College. Used to be LCC. But 7:15 in the morning, as I leave, well, I left a little earlier, about 7 o'clock. I live close by in Shiloh, and I'm headed towards I-35. Normal routine, going to work. The only thing on my mind at that time, I was thinking, oh, I'm having a hard time uh, with a personal problem. One of my sons, my younger one, man, but I'm sure everything will be all right. And, I was just thinking, like a normal person, I guess, everybody has their issues, ups and downs. So I figure it's just a normal day at work. At 7:15, that time I will never forget. I was doing about 68 miles an hour. I was driving a little Ford Ranger, um, which later I gave to my son. But all of a sudden, I don't know if it's ever happened to you that you feel like I know he's I know he's standing next to me, but suppose I'm not aware because I'm driving by myself, and then something tells me turn around, somebody's there. When I turn around, Jesus was there, and 13 years I've been trying to figure out what words do I use to describe something in the supernatural, in the spiritual, because I'm physical and I'm physically driving. I have no idea how I get to work, but I got to work. But when I see him and he's full body, he's so humble. So he had his eyes closed. Remember, I'm looking at him. I've already forgot that I'm driving. Um, the color of the grass, it's a different shade of green that I've never seen in my life. Beautiful. Uh, there was a huge tree next to him. Beautiful tree, also. And like I said, uh, he's so humble, but yet he's so powerful. Besides the light that was radiating all around him, white light, like brighter than the light here, radiating all around him. And so the first thing that comes to my mind is, I made it. I died. I'm in heaven. I mean, I'm beyond my imagination, because before that I was physically driving. So, and he tells me immediately everything I would ask him, he would answer me clearly. Uh, I mean, just incredible. And he would answer me without opening his mouth, but he would answer me. And the first thing he says, "No, you haven't died. Don't be afraid. Yes, it is I. It's me. What do you want me to do? Tell the whole world? Go to the newspaper right now? I'll go to the TV station. I'll do whatever. Whatever you want me to do. This is incredible. I don't understand what's going on." Says, "Don't worry. I just wanted to tell you that everything's going to be fine. Don't worry. You don't have to do that." He said, uh, "Sometimes you might think that I want you out there on the street, or, don't announce it. You don't have to have like the Bible, praise the Lord or anything like that. I just wanted to tell you that I exist and that I'm there." So the next thing that I remember, okay, because I don't want to add anything, try and delete anything either, because he was so incredible. Anything that I would think about to ask him, he would answer incredible, and 13 years ago, I was 53 years old. I wasn't drinking. I'm not crazy. I don't think so. But you feel that, or at least that it's supernatural. The best way to explain it to you is that I could touch him, okay? So it was not, some people say, well, maybe in a vision, you're just thinking about it. Maybe your mind is playing with you or something. Trust me, he is alive. He exists, and I saw him, okay? Uh, and like, me many, many years. And, I mean, I don't lie to my worst enemy, and I don't remember any enemies, to be honest with you, lately, since my life changed. But um, the next thing I remember, I'm walking out of the classroom. That was at 12 o'clock when the class ended. So I'm talking to Jesus at 7:15. I have no idea how I got to work. From 35, I still have another, I don't know, about 5 miles to go. No idea how I got there. And it was my routine, Monday through Thursday. And I would teach from 8 in the morning to 12 at noon. So when I'm walking out of class, there was three ladies in the last desk or table. Mr. Tijerina, can we talk to you, sir? I go, sure. Where do you preach? I'm sorry? What are you talking about? Sir, my husband is the preacher in a little church in Rio Bravo. I think she said South Laredo. The other lady, my husband is a preacher at a church on Highway 59, a little church in the outskirts of Laredo. And they've invited speakers and all that. And never have we heard somebody preach as beautiful as you preached. And I'm like, they said, didn't you notice the 42 students that were there? Nobody left. Nobody asked for a break. Like we would always have a break. Nobody moved. I don't remember what I said. And up to today, to right now, I have no idea what I preached. But that's what they told me. All I recall after that was, well, bless you. Bless you. I'm a geology teacher, but I don't know what happened. One of these days, you tell me what happens. Somehow uh, I never asked, and they never brought it up either after that. It was just everybody just looked at me so different after that. So now I'm actually back to the physical, I guess. So I'm driving and I go, where do I go? Well, my parents, my dad was still alive and he was already bedridden and all that. So I go home. Well, I call it home. All my life, I lived there. Uh, well, we grew up in a big family, so we're very tight. And and when you're in a tight knit family, you want to share. Like here, I waited 13 years, but I see a lot of you. To me, you're very close to me now. And so I had to tell you, just like I told my immediate family. I walk in, I walk in the door, and my mom, she's like, she grabs me like never before, and she wouldn't let go of my shoulder. Just like, Mom, what's going on? Are you okay? Ah, mijito, no, 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 ay, Dios mío, mijito, ven para acá, and just thrilled and walks me to the bedroom for where my dad is. And as soon as I walk in, my dad says, oh, Jesus, I was praying. I was praying for a message, and look, the light just walked in. My mom said, the light was so powerful, Rudy, you look like a lamp. Because they always kept the lights off, kind of dark at the house during the day. And anyway, they just told me, man, you got this light on you. It's just, you're different. And I go, well, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. I'm sure you'll believe me because my dad is also, he had an experience, powerful also, when I was a kid. But when I got done with that, um, I go, I need to go see my kids. So I told my dad, I go, well, Dad, uh, I was at a class. I don't know how I got there, but I saw Jesus. I mean, I touched him. I saw him. I talked to him. I didn't imagine it. And I have no idea how I got to drive or anything like that. But I let go of the steering wheel, okay? That I know I did because I turned around completely and I was talking to him. So, I just thought, well, I'm done. I'm in heaven, right? I crashed. I killed myself. Hopefully, nobody. um, I get to my house and my two kids are there. And, they were young, but I did get a chance to tell them. And I think they actually felt something different about me, that day. And sometimes it doesn't last, that feeling or whatever. So you have to remember what you were talking about. That's why I'm telling you this, the spiritual, because that's what it was. But you have to remember spirit and physical. I mean, if you don't think you can defeat, if you have an addiction, what you sometimes you bring it up, and I'm not preaching, it's just I'm just telling you what I've had in my heart because it's true. I can't never make it up. Something to happen like that in your life, it was just unbelievable. So when you preach, you all preach. So it goes into my heart, and I know everybody's different. I know everybody's different. Uh, but what we have in common is that if it hits you in your heart, you can defeat anything. I don't care what it is, because we don't know if we're going to live 100 years or 20 years, right? I lost somebody. He was 23 the year after. You know, it's like, wow. So I think God was preparing me, giving me the strength. Because when you lose part of your heart to your son, let me tell you, the only thing that keeps you going is God, because He's not an idea anymore. He's not somebody you just pray because you think that's what I need to do is pray. So it's just in your mind. No, when you see Him and you talk to Him physically, you pray with your heart. So it's changed my life, and I just, I don't know, when you put me up there, I still get a little nervous, but that's my nature. I don't have a problem with that. I used to uh, do the same thing when I was a kid. If I can tell you just one more thing, because I brought my dad to the picture by remembering, because you might appreciate this also. That I was 9 years old, and we were having dinner at my house. And back in the day, we'd leave the door open in the front. We weren't scared people were gonna steal or anything like that. So when we were having dinner, we just saw a huge light, very bright, but we didn't know what it was. And my mom says, "Oh my God, Samuel," my dad's name. "Oh my God, Samuel, everybody's, the whole neighborhood standing in front of our house. ¿Qué pasaría? What happened?" So, well, I was a kid, but we walked outside, um, and they described it as follows. So I know that was another God-given supernatural uh, happening in my life, you know. And I'm sure you have your story. I'm not trying to say, well, I know God more than you, or nothing like that whatsoever. I'm impressed with a lot of you and the way you talk and preach and the way He changed your life and others and all that. I respect you all. I just wanted to tell you that they told us that there was a huge cloud, a big white cloud to be the way they put it, like with a lot of doves, puras palomitas, Estela, I would tell my mom, puras palomitas así, pero enorme. Y vino del cielo y en medio había una figura muy grande, blanca, blanca, una luz, tocó la casa y luego ya se levantó y se fue. I was 9 years old. But I didn't know my dad would pray. Then later my mom told me, es que tu papá, mijo, cuando se sale en la noche, está rezando. Your dad's praying next to this tree outside the house. Oh, wow. And what's he praying, Mom? Well, we're having a very hard time. We're at 6, I think, at the time. A little 2-bedroom house, little wooden house. And he was praying, ayúdame, just help us out, make sure we have food and a house. Those were the 2 key things for my dad. That's the way I grew up. He used to tell me, ¿tienes casa? Sí, mijo. I mean, he, I would ask him, and he would ask me, ¿tienes casa? Sí, apa. ¿Tienes comida? Sí, apa. So what's the problem? Because he grew up different. So he had been praying for that. And the week after that, that's when the city government passed this deal that certain residents close to the Zacate Creek had to move out of there. And everybody that was moving out, they'd appraise your house, the highest value possible, plus $15,000. And that's when we moved to a better area, bigger house, and all that. So that prayer was answered to my dad. So, and to me, it was when I was an adult, but it's a true story. Uh, I just didn't want to make it seem like it's just another average Joe trying to tell somebody else, be encouraged. It's not like that. It's true. Thank you.